Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to make a Skool community from scratch. And I've even created this checklist that you can download with the link below. And I'm just going to walk through this checklist. And this is essentially how I've started dozens of different Skool communities. If you don't know, Skool is an online platform where you can start community, host courses, and do a ton of different cool things with it. So I'm going to go into the platform itself and walk you through that today. So here we go. Once you download this checklist, you can first start by clicking this link and starting your own Skool community. This does use my affiliate link, so I will get a commission if you use this link. You don't have to, but would love if you did. So you do have to pay $99 a month for this platform. It is totally worth it, in my opinion, for the value that you're getting out of it. But in this case, I'm going to call this the Dallas Run Club because I think it'd be cool to start a running Skool community. I'm a big runner. And then you get 14 days of free trials to use it and test it out. And then it's $99 a month after that. So once you create your group name, go ahead and click Start Free Trial. So this is what you're going to see when you start the group. And from here, you want to go to settings. And this is really going to be where you really customize and build out a lot of the infrastructure in your group. Generally, the first thing that I'll do is I'll go to general and I'll add a cover and an icon. I use Canva just to match my branding. And for the icon, I use something called pexels.com where you can select different cool icons. And I actually have that linked in the checklist where you can check that out here. But for now, I'm just going to leave this blank because I'm not going to explain going into Canva and doing all the graphic design, but you essentially just want to make this correlate with your branding. And the next, you want to choose your color. I want to choose blue. This is not super important. This is just going to change the color if you don't have like a cover or an icon. So next, what you want to do is you want to go to the group description. And I think in here, I've laid out this framework, but you really just want to make it clear who it's for and what your group actually does. So in our example, we have the Dallas Run Club. I would essentially say we help runners improve their fitness to finish marathons. Something like that, because there is essentially a goal and there is a way that this group will help somebody get to that goal. And so when somebody reads this, it's clear this is for runners, this is for people who want to do marathons, and this is to help them build their fitness. So here you can also see that you can set this to private or public. And private means that anybody who does not join the group cannot see anything inside the group. But setting this as public means anybody can see what's inside the group, but they can't necessarily comment and post, and they can't engage and be a part of the group, and they'd have to join in order to do that. And so what I'd recommend is doing this as private if you're doing like a paid community, so that your members kind of get exclusive access to what you have inside of the community. But if you want to use this as kind of a community funnel and you don't really care that everybody can see what's inside your community, and you're open to having people see what's inside your community without even joining it, then you can set it to public here. So next, what you can do is you can choose a custom URL. So every time somebody clicks your group or you send a link to somebody's group, you can change the backslash in it so it doesn't have these weird funky numbers in between it. And for here, I would just do Dallas Run Club. Now the thing here is you can only do this once, and once you change it, you can't really change it back. So make sure you first want to stick with the name of your group before you change the URL. So in this case, I'm not going to change it. But once you do have your group name dialed in, I just suggest doing the backslash and then the name of the group at the end. So next, what you want to do is you want to go to your subscription, and here's where you're going to choose your price. Right now, it generally starts just free as a current price, but you can actually add a new price, and you're going to have to connect this to a Stripe bank account in order to receive payments. And that's what Skool does, is they're connected with Stripe. And then when somebody pays through Skool, it pays you to your Stripe account. And I'm not going to do this because I haven't set up a complete different bank account or a Stripe account for this test group. But essentially, you just want to click continue and then follow the instructions. And this really depends. If you're looking to start like a low ticket recurring monthly group, then you're going to want to do all your payment processing through Skool just because it makes it easier. But if you want to start something like a high ticket group or not make your payments inside of Skool and make your payments off platform. I use something called Thrivecart. I really like it. I don't have an affiliate link for it, but you can essentially just look up Thrivecart. It's a one-time payment of like $500, and then it does a lot of the payment processing that you can do at higher tickets, at annual ranges, and there's a lot more flexibility in terms of the price. So the next thing you want to do is you want to set up these discussion categories, and this is essentially going to be what's posted in your community wall. And when somebody makes a post, they will essentially select a category based on your discussion categories. And in the checklist, I've named what my discussion categories are. I think general discussion is a good one to have. What I also do is I have announcements. I also really encourage you to put your wins in here so that when your students or your community comes in the classroom, they can share their wins and share their testimonials. And you can use a lot of those testimonials as your marketing assets in the future. I also like to put in questions in here just so in case anybody has a question, they can tag it with this questions category, and then you can filter out all the questions and answer your community's questions accordingly. And then lastly, I add feedback. So this is really for things like if you're creating a YouTube course, then somebody could post a video and request feedback on it. Or if you're creating something around marketing or making money online, somebody could post their video sales letter and get feedback around that. So this is a really good description that I like as well. And I like to add the emojis just to make it fun, just to spice it up a little bit, add some color to it. So now you can see once you add these categories in, what you're going to see at the top of your Skool group, if it refreshes, is all these different channels where people will post in the community, and then they'll tag one of these discussions, and then you can actually filter these tabs in the community. So next, what you want to do is you want to go to plugins, and you want to add membership questions. And so essentially what this does is anytime somebody joins your group, this automatically asks them questions so that they have to fill it out. So I generally like to turn this on. And the questions that I like to add are, what's your email address? And the reason that I like this is you can capture somebody's email address and you can kind of use the email address as a lead so that you can send them out offers in the future. And you can actually put them into your CRM or your database, and you can actually track and communicate with the person who joins your group. So here you want to change the response type to email address. I also like to add, what do you call yourself? And then give a multiple choice on this example. So I like to understand who joins my group so that I can tailor my offers and tailor my community to them and really build out the community for them. And so in this example, we're saying this is a Dallas run club. So we could pretty much categorize these into, maybe 3 different buckets. So one could be like a marathon, like a marathon runner. One could be a sprinter, and another could be a casual runner. So this will just give you an idea of when somebody answers this question, you'll have an idea of what people call themselves when they're entering the group. And that's really going to help you dial in your marketing and dial in what your course content is and what your content in the actual community is. The next question I like to add is, what do you need help with? And again, this is just for feedback so that you can make the community better, especially if you're just starting out. You really want to get to know the members and really get to know what their key issues are and what they're looking for so that you can make your community really good long-term. So after you have these membership questions done, you want to go back to plugins, and then you want to auto DM new members, and you want to click edit here and then click an auto DM. So anytime somebody joins your community, they're going to get a direct message from you with this auto DM, and you can use these hashtags with the name and the group name so that it is kind of customized to the person who joins. And I put a template in the checklist that I'm using right now, which is essentially, hey, what's up, name, welcome to the group. I'm so stoked you joined. Go ahead and introduce yourself in the start here post. And here what you can do is you can really introduce the first actions that you want your members to take. So essentially, if you have a free course in here, then you can say, hey, go ahead and check out my free course and let me know how it goes. In my case, I want people to introduce themselves because I have a new community and I just want people to really get to know each other. And so I say, go ahead and introduce yourself in the start here post, and we'll get down to that in a second. And then you can preview this and see what this is like. And so anytime somebody joins my group, this is the message they're going to get, and it's going to be directly from me. And in the top right-hand corner, you can pretty much just turn this on. Oops. And save it. And then anytime somebody joins your group, this is the auto DM that you're going to get. So next, what you want to do is you want to go to links, and here you can set up the important links that you want to share. So in my case, like let's say we're doing a Dallas Run Club. Let's say we have a website. We could say check out the website, and then link to the website in this description. So dallasrunclub.com. Add that. So if you're using this as a free community and a free community funnel to go into some kind of higher ticket program that you have, this would be a really good spot to add a work with me link where you would just click essentially here, work with me. And then depending on the next steps that you want somebody to take, you'd link them to either like a calendar so that they could book a call with you, or an application so that they could apply to work with you, etc. So once you click save here, this is going to pop up right here. And now you can click this link and it'll take you to the website. And this is really where you can click 3 links where you want your customers or your community members to take action, just so that everybody can see the link. So another thing that's really cool about Skool is they have an affiliate program, and they pay you $40 a month for everybody that joins your affiliate program. So on this link where it says billing and affiliates, this is where you're going to get your affiliate link, and you can actually see your referrals here as well. And so you can see in the past few days, I've gotten, $80 just from 2 affiliates who are active, who I've asked to use my link, who have started Skool communities. And this is a really cool feature about Skool because this is a really good affiliate program. So you can start making legitimate passive income, which, hardly exists in the real world, but this is legitimately passive. You don't have to do anything other than get somebody to use your affiliate link, which is why I have mine linked in the description for you to start your Skool community if you want to use it. So another thing you have to keep in mind is that when people join your group, they're generally going to go to this community tab. And so you want to have something that creates awareness of how somebody can take the next action and what somebody can do when they jump in this community. And to do this, I like to create a start here post. And I'm going to jump into my current community. It's called Community Accelerator, just so you can see what my own start here post looks like. And so essentially my start here post says, welcome, start here. Go ahead and introduce yourself. And here I pretty much break down what the community is about. And the goal of this community is to help you build, launch, and monetize your online course and community. And I ask people to go ahead and introduce themselves in the comment below. And I ask these 4 questions: where are you located? What's your niche? What's your hobbies? And drop your social media links, just to make it super easy for people to answer. And then I say step 2, please watch this Loom video to get started. And in this Loom video, I pretty much explain the Skool platform at a high level, because a lot of people aren't familiar with Skool, and I kind of walk them through the different tabs and how they can navigate it. And I'd recommend you doing this as well. I also have a few other actions and call to actions in here. So if you need any help in the community, please post in the group and tag me. And if they feel like they need something that's private, I have something that says, feel free to DM me in the private messages. But the biggest asset here is the group itself. And I'm also hosting these live Q&A sessions for anybody who uses my Skool affiliate link. And so I say you can sign up to the affiliate link here and you'll be able to access these Q&A sessions. And then again, I just encourage people to ask questions. And here you can see my community members. They've all introduced themselves, named a little bit about where they're from. And this is really how you're going to get engagement within your community if people know each other in the community, which is why I heavily emphasize the community post. So another thing that I'd recommend is going and doing a start here post. And so in the start here post, essentially explains what your community is all about. And for me, I explained how Skool works a little bit on a deeper level. And I essentially walked people through step by step on what the next steps they can take. So here I made a little Loom video explaining why I believe community is the future of online business and why this new opportunity is such a great way to monetize an audience and cultivate community and add value to an audience, and also get paid while doing it. And just essentially why like it's the best vehicle online right now. And then I walk them through step by step, like, okay, this is how this community works. This is like the mistakes that most people make when starting communities. This is how you get access to the foundations course. And then I also have a step 4 where anybody who joins the community can book a free onboarding call to me. And I'm really just looking to get to know my community members. This community is still very early. So I just want to talk to people, get to know them, get to know their problems so that I can create content that's valuable. And I can also create new course content for them in the future. And I can also create something that I can sell them and I'll know they want. And so in order to create a new classroom section, you just go to this classroom tab up here and you create new course. Here you can just name it Start Here, and it makes it very clear where your community can start. You can have a course description like read through this to unlock everything. And here you're going to upload a cover photo. Again, I use like Canva. You don't have to upload a photo right from the start. And in these courses, you essentially have 5 different options you can choose from. So one is going to be open, which means that everybody who joins your community can access it immediately. Another one is this level unlock, which I'm going to get into here in a second. But essentially, when community members engage more and they get likes and comments on their post and their engagement, then they level up in a leaderboard, which we're going to set up here in a second. And as they level up, they can unlock new resources, new assets, new course modules, calls with you. You can really get creative on creating incentives and things for people to engage with the community so that they unlock new resources and assets. You can also do buy now. So this is a really cool new feature. If you have like a very specific course in mind, let's say for this Dallas Run Club, I have like cardiovascular, then I can actually create a course here and I can essentially lock this course out and have like, let's say a $47 payment or something like that for somebody to pay me through Skool, and then they unlock that course module. And then you also have time unlock. So after somebody joins your community for a certain period of days, this is going to unlock. So if somebody joins today, I can have a time unlock and then say like they get this course after 30 days of joining. And this is really going to be best for recurring memberships and annual memberships, so that people can essentially have a longer lifetime value and they won't churn out as a community as quickly because they have something to look forward to after like 30 or 60 days. And then you can set the community as private as well. And this is going to be, if you're doing a lot of things off platform, I have a lot of private courses, and then you can essentially manually or automatically unlock a course for somebody through an automation tool like Zapier or Airtable or something like that. But for now, for this Start Here course, I would just recommend doing it open. So once you start this course, what you can see here is you're going to have all these tabs, and essentially what you can do is you can edit each page, and you'll edit the name of it here. So Start Here, step 1. And this is where you're going to just type out whatever you want the community to know, whatever the first actions that you need them to take. And you're going to save that. And from here, you can use these 3 buttons on the top right to essentially create a new page. Oops. So you can add a page and then you just do the same thing. So step 2, step 3, etc. And this is really where you're going to build out your entire course, right? So this is the Start Here module, and I just recommend doing like 1 through 5 posts, essentially, that is going to pretty much explain what your community is about and really drive a message to somebody who joins the community. And I'm going to get into this on later videos, exactly how to do this. But for now, I'm going to keep it concise. So that's how you do a course module. Of course, you can do multiple new courses and have some locked out, some open, some private, and some upsells and one-time payments and kind of things like that. But that's a little complex for this video. So I'm going to get into the calendar section. What you can also do is you can set up essentially meetings that you're going to meet with your community on Zoom. So here you can go and say, I'm just going to create my own event. And here you can add an event. Like, let's say I have a Q&A session with Austin. So here I'm going to add a date. Let's say I'm having the call next Friday. I'm going to set a time, 8 p.m. It's going to be 1 hour. And then you can choose to have a recurring event on here or not. And then you just add your Zoom link, which you'll get on, zoom.com. And then you can also choose who can attend this and which members can attend this. So you can do this based on people who have access to different courses, and you can choose members in a course, or you can do this based on different members at a certain level. So let's say you want to increase engagement. You can have specific Q&A calls or live calls based on what level your member is at. Then you'll just see this here on the calendar. And essentially what you can do is have multiple Q&A calls or multiple live calls throughout the week. What I've seen is generally one a week works super well. But if you're just starting out, I might recommend like 1 to 2 a month, and then just see like who shows up and who are you talking to? Are they useful? Are they productive? And then adjust your frequency and your schedule based on that. So now you can see up top, you can also go to the members, and this is really where you're going to be able to see everybody who joins your community. And what you can do is you can export this into a CSV file, and it will actually export all of the auto questions that somebody has. And so if you have somebody answering a question about an email list, you can export this. You'll see everybody's names, and then you'll see everybody's emails. And that's really where you can put that into like an email service provider or kind of like an autoresponder or something like that, if you want to email these people later down the line. Next, you can see this leaderboard. And I've been talking about how people can level up based on their engagement. And this is really what the leaderboard is all about. Okay, so you have levels 1 through 9, and as people go up the leaderboard, it gets exponentially harder to reach each level. For an example, on level 2, it takes 5 points to get to level 2. So that means somebody has to comment or like on somebody's post at least 5 times so that they level up. But then level 3, I think, is like 15 points. So it's like 3 times harder to get to level 3 than level 2, and it just goes exponentially up the curve from there. So what you can do to incentivize people to engage and incentivize people to have valuable posts is you can go into the classroom section and you create a new course. And let's say this is just cardiovascular, improve your cardio. And what you can do is you can go to level unlock and you can have like level 3. So somebody only gets access to this course if they're at level 3 on the leaderboard. And so now you can see that this cardiovascular course is on level 3. And the only way that people can access it and open it is if they get 15 points by engaging with the community. And this is really a gamification part of Skool, which makes it super fun. And you can do a lot of creative things to get people up on this leaderboard. And essentially what you want is you want people above level 1, above level 2, and above level 3, because they're going to be more involved. They're going to be getting more value out of it. You're going to be nurturing them closer. And so you really want to create incentives to level people up. And I can show you what this looks like in my own group. So in my own group, I have a leaderboard, and I essentially have at level 2, you can unlock community foundations, which essentially tells you how to build out a community from scratch. And it goes really in depth compared to kind of this high level video that I'm showing now. And then at level 5, people can book a one-on-one call with me. And this is really incentivizing people to engage so that they can book a one-on-one call with me and I can have some kind of consulting call with them, etc. So the next thing that I wanted to show you was Skool actually has a discovery page that kind of works like a search engine. And what you can do is go to settings and then go to discovery. And this is going to show your ranking on the discovery page. And essentially, you can read what the discovery page actually is and how you get ranked in the discovery page. But it's essentially an algorithm that looks at your member growth, your activity, your posts, your comments, your likes, and your engagement, and it ranks your group based on that. So if we exit out of the settings here and we go up here where it says switch communities to this tab, you can click on this and then you can go to discover communities. And this is going to be the discovery page. So it essentially shows you all these different categories. And if you go to sales and marketing, for instance, Elliott Sales University is at the top. And because people are looking at the discovery page and the Skool platform itself is growing, people will find your group based on this discovery page. If you focus kind of on the engagement, it will rank higher. So this is something that you can really focus on, and you can really try to make your community more engaged so that it ranks on the discovery page, and your Skool group can actually just grow organically from people searching on this page. I also wanted to show you that you can actually connect this with Zapier and automate your community. And so what I've done is I've essentially created a Zap that when somebody answers my community questions, so they click join community, they answer the questions, this person is added to a tag in ConvertKit, which is my email service provider and autoresponder. And when they're added to this tag in ConvertKit, they're sent on to this essentially a sequence where I welcome them to the group and I say, hey, go ahead and shoot me a DM and let me know why you're here. And this is really useful just because now you can have 2 points of contact with this person. It can be both from an email and it can be inside the community itself. And so if you're looking to turn this person into a potential customer down the line, you have 2 touch points with them. And this is where you're really going to be able to nurture them. I also have set up a Google Sheet where I essentially am tracking everybody who joins the community. So I just created a very simple Google Sheet with their name, their email address, and when they've joined. And I've used Zapier to connect Skool and ConvertKit. And so now every time somebody joins, their name and their email auto-populates in this Google spreadsheet just so that I can track them in a basic CRM. So another thing that you can do is you can go to your profile, and you're going to go to your profile settings up here in the top right, and you can just go to settings. And here what you can do is you can go to communities, and you can actually pin which communities you go to most often on the left here. So you can see these are the communities I go to most often, and how you pin these is you essentially click this pin and it pops up right here. So for Funnel Ninjas, boom, and then you can unpin it right here. And there's just a quick and easy way so that you can navigate around your favorite communities. So Skool has a ton more functionality, and it's a super fun platform. This is the quickest way that you can get your community started. And I'm going to go ahead and link a few resources down below. How to start your Skool community, this Skool community checklist that I've been walking through. And then I'm going to go ahead and link my community called Community Accelerator down below as well. It's a free community. I'd be happy to meet you in there and answer any questions you have about this. So thank you for your time today. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.